you guys. Good morning. I just have to make sure that I am live on Facebook, so give me one momento. Oh, and we are. This is great. All right, so today's card. Wow, it is busy times here in the Create with Brenda Stampin' Studio. A week from tomorrow is, hey, good morning, Karen. A week from tomorrow is the fall retreat stamping event in Brainerd. So preparing for our event center could comfortably seat 35, and that's how many people we have signed up. So it'll be a full house, and Sandy and I are looking very, very forward to seeing all of you. But this past week and the week coming up is going to be like run, run, run. Yes, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. So here's a big old cup of coffee. It is from Starbucks in Houston when I was traveling with my stepdaughter, taking care of the grands. I would always go to Starbucks and get a mug from wherever we traveled to, and it was kind of fun. And it works out great for my coffee and Create with Brenda. So, all right. What have we got going here? We aren't going to see my face because we have a very messy hairdo today. It's a very messy bun. And I have an old Fishing for Ducks sweatshirt on that says 2018 because, yeah, it's chilly here in Minnesota. So today's project is going to be a Starburst card. Those are like oldies but goodies, right? And I just have to get out my my little dots that I was going to use, and I don't believe that's the one. Let me just, oh, I know. Sorry. I should have had them ready. These fun little embellishments that go with the gnomes. They're the fine sparkle adhesive backed gems, and look at how fun they are, the colors. And they're super shiny and faceted. Aren't they cute? They almost look frosty like. So that's what we're going to be using. We're going to be using the Kindest Gnomes stamp set and dies. We're going to be using the Jingle. And you guys, this month when you place a $100 order with me using my host code right up here, I will send you out this stamp set as a gift for shopping with me. So thank you for that. Who else do we have on this morning besides Karen? I can see people out there, but I don't know who's out there. All right, so these are the sets we're going to be using, and like I said, this month this stamp set is my host gift with a $100 product order, so get your orders in, people. All right, here's what we've got. This is what you're going to need. I have a card base, and I'm using Pacific Point today. This is not a color. Good morning, Beth. Pacific Point is not a color that I use very often, but when I do, I really love it. And it's like, why don't I use it more often? I don't know, but I don't. So here we go. I'm just matching up my edges, and I'm going to crease down on my score line here using my bone folder. And I'm going to just set that aside. You're going to need a medium envelope, of course. We always need one. And I have a piece of Designer Series paper, 2 3/4 by 6. And this is going to be for the, oops, I'm almost out of Stampin' Seal. You can see that, but I've got a backup right in front of me, so we're good. Just adding some seal. And then I'm going to lay this down right at the score line on my envelope. because you know the rule here at Create with Brenda, no naked envelopes, right? I always hate covering up this beautiful paper that's on the back. It's like these snow-laden pine trees. No, not pine trees. They're like wood branch trees with snowflakes, and it's gorgeous paper. And that's part of the Storybook Gnomes Designer Series paper, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So there's the flap for our envelope. So whew, we got our naked envelope out of the way. And then I have 2 pieces of, good morning, Colleen. Long time no talk, my girlfriend. All right, I have 2 pieces of basic white that measures 4 by 5 1/4. One is going to be for the inside, and then one is going to be for layering up, okay? I have a piece of balmy blue that measures 3 3/4 by 5. I have lots of pieces. I have, this is just a scrap piece, 2 3/4 by 5, and this is what we're going to use to mount our Starburst on, okay? And then a piece of that beautiful red and white glimmer paper. Can you see the glimmer and the shimmer? Anyway, this measures 1/2 by 5. Then I have several pieces of the Storybook Gnome that I cut into, and I didn't put a sticker on, but these are 1 1/2 by 4 inches, and those are the 3 patterns that I chose to use. And I think you're probably going to need, you can do 2, 2, and then 3, okay? And I'll show you here in a minute why. So let's put this 2 3/4 by 5 inch piece down on our silicone mat, because we're going to be gluing, and I want to make sure that I'm not getting glue all over my work surface. I need to bring in the trimmer, and what I'm going to be doing with this is on these 1 1/2 inch by 4 inch strips, you're going to put the corner right there in the cutting track and the bottom opposite corner on the cutting track, okay? And then I'm going to take my cutting blade and I'm going to cut. So I end up with triangles that look like that. Let's do it again. I have to do it several times to get enough pieces for our Starburst. So there's some more triangles. Put these in. And I could have done this ahead of time, but I wanted you to just see how to do it, number one, and really how quick and easy it is. Okay, so I'm going to just continue cutting the rest of these. So like I said, I think you need about 5 of these total, 5 of the 1 1/2 by 4 inch strips, and I'll show you how here. So on my card sample, which I will show you here in just a second, this is the last one, I tried to be thrifty with the paper, and it didn't work so well, and I'll show you why once we're done with this, okay? So there's all of our strips, and before we start, or how to start this, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm just going to measure. Remember, this piece was 5 inches, so 1/2 of 5 is 2 1/2. I just want to mark the very center, top and bottom of our piece here, and it'll make sense in just a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of our triangles, and it doesn't matter which, but I want to use this one for the first one, and I'm going to add adhesive starting down at the tip, and you want to make sure that, oh, my glue is being difficult, sorry guys. probably didn't clean the tip off very well when there it goes. Alright, so there's some glue for us, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the tip of my paper right there, and then I'm going to lay my edge down on my 2.5 inch marks. Okay, so that's our first piece. Then I'm going to take the next triangle, and you'll decide what kind of color patterns you want. The only thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to put the same patterns next to each other, because then you lose your starburst effect. And before where I went thrifty is I wasn't putting the tips of the paper at the bottom. I was kind of laying them in and then hoping that I could save some paper, and like my starburst didn't turn out very equal. So but maybe that's okay, because I'll show you my finished card, and I still don't think it looks bad, and I don't even know if you'd notice it, but I found out that I kind of liked this look better. All right, here we go. Snowflakes. Snowflakes everywhere, and it has really cooled off around here in Minnesota, that's for sure. Hence the sweatshirt. Okay, so the next pattern that I want to use is going to be, let's use this one again, the pool party snowflakes. I'm just putting a small amount of glue on. Don't want a lot, because then we get overflow and our project ends up sticky. So there's that. And then let's find one of our dark snowflakes again. I think that'll look good there. I'll put this down. And just kind of push it up, because we don't want the white cardstock showing in between. And you see what I'm saying about the thrifty? So now I'm going to take a snowflake, but really 1.5 by 4, what a great way to use up your scraps, right? Oh, you're welcome, Karen. So I'm going to put my tip down here and just scoot that up like so. Alright, so now we're going to do, and see why you want your silicone mat, you want it to be able to peel up off from there. So now we're going to go the other way, okay? So I'm going to take the snowflakes, add adhesive, put my tip down here at the bottom, just like that. And I want my Pacific Point snowflake paper. And again, this is from the Storybook Gnomes. Really, really cute paper. And the snowflakes in here are gorgeous. It doesn't have to be about gnomes. Not everybody is as wild about gnomes as some people are. So there's that. And then our next piece is going to be that pool party paper. Whoops, now my glue really decided to come out. I'm just going to dab some off up there because I don't want it to squirt out. And these silicone mats, if you don't have a silicone mat, you should get one, because they work great for all kinds of projects, and especially glue, because it'll just dry and you can peel it right off from there. Alright, so next I'm going to do another of our beautiful multicolored snowflake paper. and just kind of add that in. Okay, looks, oh, I'm good. I was like, ooh, I have a piece peeling up, but the card doesn't go over that far. All right, I'm just going to give that a second there, and I'll put my glue away. So now is what we're going to do is we're just going to lift up here. Get my, this is just a really old, I think it was a fishing scissor, to tell you the truth. But I use it for projects like this because I don't want to get glue all over my good paper scissors and ribbon scissors, right? All right, I'm just cutting right along the edge of my cardstock. And you see what kind of a sticky, gooey mess you get here. That's okay. It turns out to be a beautiful card. Just hold on, hold on. Kind of cutting away here. One more. All right. So I'm just going to put all of my little sticky mess to the side, and I will clean that up when I'm done. All right, I'm going to bring in that piece of balmy blue, and I want my Stampin' Seal, and I'm just going to add, I see I kind of missed, just like slivers, but I want those off. Okay, so I've got my Stampin' Seal on there. I'm going to match up the corners here, just like that. And then, so there I've made my base. Donna, you're here. What? Girl, you got a wedding celebration today. I'm so happy you're here. All right, so there's our Starburst. Isn't it pretty? I really, really like it. I love the way it looks, actually. And they always look hard. They aren't hard. They're just a little bit putsy is all with the... Hey, and I found out you're not supposed to use the word putsy. It's actually a swear word in Yiddish, so I'm sorry. I'll try to quit using that word. All right. So next is what I want to do is I want to stamp my sentiment down here. I haven't even shown you the card that we're making, so it looks like this. All right, and I used that pretty glimmer paper just to add some stuff, and I forgot my embellishments on this one. And then here's the inside with the jolly from Jingle Jingle. So I'll show you how that set, the Jingle 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 set works. It's super cute. All right, and if you ever wish there were dies for a set that doesn't have dies, that would be the one. Bringing up that subject right now, there's a promotion going on. It's called Perfect Pairs. I believe there's 6 stamp sets out there that have, now they've added coordinating dies for those stamp sets. Sorry to stop talking. Did you see how hard I had to concentrate to try to get that on there? The other thing that's nice about that piece is if your points didn't match up exactly, there's a little saving grace there for you, okay? So now I'm opening up the Pacific Point ink, and I'm going to be using the sentiment from the Jingle Jingle Jingle, and it says, "'Tis the season to be," and that's all I want it to say. I'm going to ink that up with Pacific Point, and I'm going to stamp it right down here at the bottom. "'Tis the season to be." And now let's get the insert. And you guys just wait till you see how beautiful this is. So I'm using Pacific Point as my outline ink, and I'm going to use Jolly as my inside ink. So inking up the Jolly with Pacific Point, and I'm going to put it down right here. And the other thing is this is not straight. The letters are kind of jumbled, which is really, really nice because there's no having to worry about not getting it straight. So, who else we have lots of people on this morning, and I'm not surprised because the weather is so yucky here. All right, you guys, this is the inside stamp for Jolly, and I've inked it up using Pool Party, and now I'm just going to set this close so I can see that I'm lined up. I'm going to press it down. You know, with the photopolymer, we can see through. And now look how cute that is in the two colors. How good is that? All right, you feel free to share this right now, to comment right now, or to give me some serious love and hearts and thumbs up. I appreciate that very much. Okay, so there's our inside. And of course, we have to add some of those adorable little designer series paper gnomes. And I thought that these lighter colored gnomes fit in there so well and just added a little extra color. So I'm going to put our little gnome right here because he looks pretty jolly, or she, they, he, she, however, looks pretty pretty jolly on the inside of our card, right? So I'm just going to add some adhesive to the top, and right on the inside of our card here. And look how that just pops. Isn't it cute? You guys, I seriously am in love with this stamp set. Good morning, Nancy. I just saw you pop in. Maybe my comments are a little delayed, but Nancy and Alan are building a new home right across the lake from us, so I'm really excited to have a new stamping friend and a team member in the neighborhood. Fun, fun, fun. All right, I'm going to put adhesive, stamp and seal, except I just ran out, so let me just replace the cartridge quick like. And I figured that might happen, so I always do keep a spare right in front of me because you just never know when. Well, you do know, you can start seeing the red tape, but you just don't know at what point it's going to run out. Adding some stamp and seal, and then this is going to get put on a piece of basic white, like so. Lots of layers, right guys? But the good news is it's still really flat and it will mail out just fine. So now putting that on the Pacific Point, doesn't it make it pop? I think so. And then let's take our, I want to just look in my little gnome set here. I thought I had, well, this little gnome will be just fine. So what I'm going to do is add some Stampin' Dimensionals to the back of my little gnome. And you guys remember that these gnomes just die cut right from the designer series paper. So if you don't like coloring, they're already done for you. But if you love to color, remember you can always stamp with the stamp set and then color in with your colored pencils, with your Stampin' Blends, or this little blender pen. You can pick up ink and color them in too. So however you want, but just know that you can go really simple and die cut them from the designer series paper, or you can stamp and color yourself. Isn't this little guy just the cutest peeking out from under his hat? I love it. All right. So here's our matchy envelope. And now we need embellishments. So that's where these fine sparkle adhesive back gems come in. I want my Take Your Pick tool. And we've got all kinds of good colors here that we can use. So we can use the Pool Party. We can use the Pacific Point. And we can use, I think they're calling this Calypso Coral, or maybe it is the Sweet Sorbet. I'm not sure. So I I really like how that looks. I'm going to just do the same thing on this side. And you guys, you see this Take Your Pick tool, how easy and nice it is for working with the sequins, right? So there we have our card for today. 'Tis the season to be jolly. I hope you love the Starburst. There's lots of papers that work really well for this. Gosh, all of a sudden it just escaped me. It's the Happiness. Let me just look it up here quick. It's that really pretty floral paper from the annual catalog. It is called, I keep wanting to say Happiness Abounds, but I don't know if that's exactly right or not. Hues of Happiness, that's what it is. That paper works beautifully for the Starburst, as does the Pretty Prints. And all of those papers can be found starting on page 131 in the annual catalog by Stampin' Up, this one. And these are all good until April of 2023. So check it out, friends. And remember, this month with a $100 product purchase, I will send you the Jingle, Jingle, Jingle stamp set. All right, so until next Saturday, I am out. I was going to show you Emmy, but she's having a big old nap. She's our new little, we got a mini golden doodle, and she's adorable. And I have to show you what I found. I'm going to stamp it. It's not Stampin' Up, but check this out, you guys. I think I've lost my mind with this little puppy. She is so cute. All right, I'm going to get my black Memento ink. And then I'm going to ink this up. And look what I found. This is going to be my new envelopes. Ready? Ta-da! Look at Doodle Love. Isn't it cute? There was a lady on Etsy selling those, and it was like, well, how can a person resist? And it really does kind of look like her too. So anyway, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will pop in sometime this week with some more card ideas. All right, bye for now.